Every guy wants to be leaner than they currently are. A lot of men want to be shredded and ripped. You see all these perfect bodies in magazines and on social media, and you think to yourself, how awesome it would be if you could look like that. Well, before you go down that road, make sure you watch this video, because I'm going to tell you why you might not want to do that, because it may not be as glamorous as you think. Hey man, Gary Walker here with liveanabolic.com. First of all, you need to realize that all these men you see in magazines and on social media aren't usually ripped or super lean all the time. That's one of the big misconceptions. When men get ready for photo shoots or bodybuilding competitions, it's actually a really long process. Typically, most of these guys have an off season, all right? An off season where they actually put on a little more fat and focus more on gaining muscle and strength. Me personally, I actually competed in 7 bodybuilding shows in my early 30s, and I trained several men for competitions throughout my entire fitness career. So I'm gonna share from several years of experience what happens to your body and to your mind when you get super lean. Several things happen as you get leaner. All right, for this video, the definition of leaner, I'm talking about single-digit body fat levels. So you guys that are hovering around 15% body fat, then these things don't apply to you at all, okay? I know you may have goals of competing or just wanting to accomplish being shredded to prove to yourself you can, and that's absolutely fine. I'm not trying to discourage you at all. Like I said, personally, I've competed in 7 shows before, and I knew the consequences, but I did it to challenge myself and to become a better coach, because I wanted to know what it was like to push myself to those limits. Now that's, okay, now that I got that out of the way, the last thing I will say before I get into some of the things that come with being super lean is this. Don't take anything negative away from this video that prevents you from losing fat and creating the best version of yourself. Keep that in mind. Men look for excuses all the time to keep from working hard and taking care of themselves. It's easy to do nothing and stay unhealthy. This is a short life that we're living, especially at our age, and we don't have much time left to make a change, all right? The time is now to get healthy, get more confident, boost your sexual health, and improve your lifestyle. So first and foremost, commit to yourself to make a change. You don't need to get shredded, but you need to build some muscle, you need to burn some body fat, and you need to reclaim your health. Now that that's out of the way, here are some things you actually experience when your body fat levels get too low, okay? I'm talking single-digit levels. First, your hormone levels drop, specifically your testosterone levels. This is a hormone responsible for making you a man in the first place. So as an older guy, again, that's the last thing you want. The second thing that happens is you weaken your immune system. You actually elevate your cortisol levels, which suppress your immune system and can lead to an increased risk of bacterial infections or contracting a cold or a flu. Also, your energy levels suffer. You have no energy reserves due to the strict diet that you have to follow to get super lean, and this leads to low energy and crappy workouts. Because of that, you become weaker. You have bad workouts because you lack energy to work out intensely, so you no longer overload your muscles enough to maintain strength. In turn, you get weaker. Your muscles don't properly recover from workouts either. That's the other thing. Your body fat levels are so low that you can't store enough glycogen to help with recovery between workouts or enough fuel for those intense workouts. Also, your leptin levels drop, along with testosterone I mentioned earlier, so that leads to erection problems. This is the last thing you need as an older man. Men should be focused on improving their sexual health at our age and definitely not damaging it, okay? So the other thing, and because there's several other side effects, you know, besides what I'm mentioning, but the other things that come with being super lean, the last one I will mention is brain fog. Difficulty concentrating on anything and experiencing mental fatigue. So again though, just to reiterate, I'm not mentioning these things to discourage you at all from trying to get lean. I just want you to realize you don't reach that magazine model status and look and feel amazing simultaneously. If you focus on getting down to the 10% to 12% range, you will still look amazing and feel amazing. It's when you try to get into the single-digit range that you start experiencing a lot of these other issues. But keep that in mind, guys. And all right, I hope you got something out of this video. If you have any questions at all, please comment below and let me know. And if you're thinking about competing in a physique competition or bodybuilding competition and you have any questions, then please leave a comment so I can help you with that as well. But again, just one last thing I want to leave you with on this video is I'm not trying to knock being ripped or being shredded. I just want you to be aware of some of the things that can potentially happen on your quest to becoming lean and shredded. And again, I'm speaking from experience, not just myself and the 7 bodybuilding shows I competed in, but all the numerous others that I've trained over the years. Okay, because I've been doing this a long time. If you haven't seen my videos, I mention this constantly, but close to 30 years I've been doing this. And in that time, I've trained numerous people, numerous men for bodybuilding competitions. And once you start getting into those single-digit body fat levels, if you're dipping down into 9%, 8%, then guess what? You're gonna be able to see all your abs. You're gonna be able to do tremendous photo shoots. You're gonna be able to capture those moments. That's one of the things a lot of men do. They do this just to prove to themselves that they can, and they have a photo shoot, so they capture all of that. And you'll have that forever to put in your scrapbook, your photo book, album book, whatever you have. I've done that as well. I've got bodybuilding videos. I've got tons of bodybuilding pictures, and I one day hope to, share those with my grandkids so they know how dedicated I was, how hard I worked at a younger age, 30s, 40s, 50s. All right, so again, not trying to discourage, just trying to get this out there for you guys so you know what to expect. And once again, like I mentioned earlier, it's not near as glamorous as it looks. Most of those guys, if you notice a lot of my thumbnails, my face looks really skinny. Actually now I'm actually thinning out a little bit. All right, I'll go through those periods to where I try to get leaner. And that's one of the things you're gonna notice about a lot of people. Your face thins out, then you actually start dropping body fat from all over your body. So clothes start getting a little more baggy, okay? And in some of my thumbnails, you will see I am super shredded. Super shredded, I was 5%, okay? Some of these videos, I'm 5%, not videos, some of those pictures that you're seeing, I was 5% body fat. But what you don't see is mentally, I felt like crap. Emotionally, I felt like crap. That's the thing about getting that low body fat levels already. You look in the mirror, you see yourself in pictures, you see yourself in videos, you see how amazing you can look. So what happens when you start trying to fill out, trying to eat normal again, trying to cut back on working out a little bit? Then you still may be looking great. You may be 10%, you may be 12% body fat, which is still amazing and a tremendous goal to achieve. However, you feel like crap. You see yourself and you see the little deficiencies in your body because you're used to seeing yourself at a 5% body fat level, 7% body fat level. So mentally it takes its toll. It's one of those things that a lot of us competitors or former competitors deal with for the rest of our lives. I look at myself when I hit 12% body fat and I don't like the way I look, unfortunately. I get compliments from other people, some of you guys possibly, my wife, a lot of buddies, but I don't see what other people see. My eyes are focused on the flaws, okay? So that's what happens with your mental state as well. You no longer can achieve that status. I mean, you don't want to stay that status. There's a few men out there that stay that way year round, but I promise you they are not healthy. That's the other key. When you get older, you want your testosterone levels to be optimized. You want your manhood to work, all right? You don't want to have issues down below. You don't want to have issues with your hormone levels. You don't want to have issues with lack of sleep. All of those issues, a lot of those issues are caused when you get lower body fat as well. So that's the other thing to realize is these guys that look amazing, guess what? They're not amazing on the inside. They look great on the outside, but they're not great on the inside because it takes extreme dieting, extreme discipline. You're doing everything to the extreme. You're manipulating your body of sodium, of water, of carbs. You're using all these manipulations to get that stubborn body fat off to get you super shredded. By doing that, again, you're not near as healthy as you should be because like I mentioned earlier, your immune system gets taxed and suppressed. When you suppress your immune system, then you're open to all sorts of sicknesses. That's the other thing. So guys, I know I got long-winded at the end. Basically, I want you to realize, shoot for 10%, shoot for 12%, and you will be amazed at how great you look just getting the rest of that body fat off, especially if you're someone that's 20%. You're cutting 10% of your body fat off and you're gonna look great. Even if you're 15%, shoot for 10%. To get to that 10%, that 5% body fat is gonna make a tremendous difference. You're gonna feel amazing and look amazing. But again, I get it if you're wanting to compete. Do it one time, maybe twice. There's no need to do it a lot. When I did it, I actually thought I was gonna make a career out of it. I realized I don't like feeling like crap all the time, okay? You're dieting for 16 to 20 weeks. Some people longer. I never let myself get too high from my competition weight. I tried to stay within 20 pounds and I would diet for 12 to 16 weeks. 12 to 16 weeks, harsh extreme dieting takes a toll not only on you, but all those that are surrounded by you, all those that surround you, all right? Because my wife saw me in bad moods, my kids saw me in bad moods, and I didn't like that about myself, which is why I told myself after the 7th, I didn't quit because I was not successful. Just one last thing. A lot of people will look at this and assume, well, you probably suck, so you quit because it wasn't working. I never got worse than second place. 7 shows, first or second in every single one. So it had nothing to do with that. It just had to do with a realistic expectation of what I wanted my life to be like. Yeah, I liked looking good, but more importantly, I wanted to feel good and I wanted to live a healthy life and a long life, prolonged life for my family. So I'll be here for a long time. But again, apologize for getting long-winded. I hope you got a lot out of this video, guys. Also, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, share it with your buddies, share it with family members. We're trying to help as many men as we can. So please share, subscribe, and other than that, guys, that's all I got. Get busy, get after it, and God bless.